In the bustling streets of San Francisco, where tech giants rise and the world's wealthiest individuals strut past in their tailored suits, a moment unfolds that no one expects. Elon Musk, the billionaire innovator known for colonizing Mars and redefining the future of humanity, pauses on a street corner in front of a homeless man, his weathered face hidden beneath a tattered hood. What happens next will challenge everything you thought you knew about the world's most famous billionaire. Instead of walking past him like so many others, Musk kneels. And what follows in the moments that follow will shock you to your core. This isn't just a photo op. This is a turning point. A twist that no one saw coming, and a story that's about to unfold in the most unexpected way. Get ready for the ultimate revelation, a shocking finale that will leave you questioning the true power of kindness, transformation, and the impact of one person's decision. What Musk does next will completely change everything. Elon Musk walks down the bustling sidewalk, surrounded by the sleek offices and towering buildings of San Francisco's tech district. The world's most famous innovator, a billionaire whose name has become synonymous with space exploration and electric cars, strides forward. But today, the story is not about his companies or latest inventions. It's about a man, sitting on the pavement, who many would walk past without a second glance. The homeless man, with his scruffy beard and tattered clothes, looks up as Musk slows his pace and stops right in front of him. It's a surreal moment. Musk, standing tall against the backdrop of luxury and power, suddenly crouching before this stranger. There's no press conference, no cameras zooming in on him. Just a simple, human moment. The homeless man, who introduces himself as Richard, doesn't know what to make of it. "Are you Elon Musk?" he asks, a mix of disbelief and confusion in his eyes. Musk smiles gently, nodding. "Yeah, that's me. And you're Richard, right?" The question feels oddly personal, as if they've known each other for years. The moment is intimate. The two exchange a few words before the homeless man admits that he's been out on the streets for almost a decade. He tells Musk how the systems are failing people like him, how he was once a college student with a dream but somehow found himself living on the streets, his hope for a better future dwindling every day. Musk listens intently, his usual confident demeanor giving way to something deeper, empathy. There's no pity in his eyes, just an understanding of the gravity of the situation. "Richard," Musk says after a pause, "what would you need to get back on your feet? Not just temporary help, but something that lasts." Richard shrugs, his voice tinged with resignation. "I don't know. A place to sleep, food, sure. But I guess I need a chance. Something to do. Something that makes me feel like I'm not invisible." The words strike a chord with Musk. This is not just about survival, it's about dignity. The problem isn't just homelessness, it's the societal tendency to overlook and forget the people who fall through the cracks. Musk stands, thinking for a moment. He then pulls out his phone and dials a number, his voice calm and measured as he speaks to someone on the other end. The camera follows, the subtle tension palpable. In the background, a talk show host who's been quietly filming the interaction speaks up, sensing the turning point of the conversation. "Musk, you've made headlines for sending people to Mars, but this is different, right? This is about someone who is at the lowest of the low in the world you've helped create. How do you reconcile that?" Musk doesn't flinch at the question. In fact, he seems to welcome it. The problem isn't just about resources or opportunities. It's about creating a world where people like Richard aren't invisible, where society doesn't just throw them aside because they've fallen on hard times. There's a pause. The camera zooms in on Musk's face, his eyes filled with resolve. "I'm not here to be a savior. I'm here to make sure no one falls through the cracks." It starts with one person, Richard, but it doesn't end there. The homeless man, still confused by the situation, watches as Musk continues the call. As the phone call ends, Musk turns back to Richard. "I've arranged for a full medical evaluation for you, a place to stay, and we're setting up a small fund to help get you back on your feet. But more than that, I want you to have a chance to rebuild your life. You're going to be a part of a program we're starting to help people like you. People who have dreams but need the resources and support to make them real." Richard's eyes widen. The skepticism that had been etched on his face starts to fade, replaced with a flicker of hope he hasn't felt in years. "You mean a chance to get back on my feet? Like for real?" Musk nods, his voice firm yet kind. "Yes, Richard. But it's up to you to take that step. I can give you the opportunity, but you have to be ready for it. You have to believe that your life can be more than just surviving." The talk show host, watching the scene unfold, can't help but interject again. But Musk, this is bigger than just one person. How does this fit into your grand plan? How does helping someone like Richard fit into the larger vision for humanity? Musk looks over at him, his expression unchanging. I don't just want to change the world by building rockets. I want to change it by solving problems on the ground, by using the resources and opportunities I have to make real, tangible differences in people's lives. This is just one example. Richard, still in disbelief, shakes his head. I never thought I'd be talking to someone like you. I thought people like me were just forgotten. Musk's voice softens. No one is forgotten. Not if we do something about it. With that, the conversation takes a different turn. Richard begins asking Musk about the programs Musk's companies are creating, asking about the future of space travel, electric cars, and whether these innovations could be used to help people like him. Musk smiles, sensing that the conversation has shifted from one of despair to one of possibility. Richard is asking questions now not just about survival, but about his future. And that, Musk knows, is the true transformation. The moment is no longer about charity, it's about empowerment. It's about changing the narrative for people like Richard who deserve a second chance. But little does anyone know, this is just the beginning. Something much bigger is about to unfold. The real question is, what happens when one small act of kindness has the power to spark a revolution? The stakes are higher than anyone realizes. The tension rises as the final moments of the encounter unfold. Richard, still absorbing the enormity of Musk's words, stands frozen for a moment. His mind races, struggling to reconcile the weight of what's just been promised. Musk watches him carefully, sensing the hesitation. This is your chance, Richard, he says firmly. It's not just about getting off the streets. It's about finding purpose again. You can rebuild. Richard looks at the ground, his emotions a storm of disbelief, gratitude, and fear. For so long, he's been overlooked by society, cast aside by those who couldn't or wouldn't see the potential in him. And now, here's Musk, offering a lifeline, a real chance. But it's not just the resources or the medical care Musk has arranged. It's the idea that someone, at the highest level, believes in him, believes that he's worth saving. The air crackles with unspoken questions. Will Richard take this leap? Will he believe in the opportunity presented to him, or will he retreat back into the shadows he's known for so long? Richard's eyes lock with Musk's. There's a flicker of determination there, something buried deep beneath the years of hardship. I don't know where to start, Richard admits quietly, but I'm willing to try. Musk's face softens slightly, a rare moment of warmth. That's all I'm asking for. The first step. The crowd of onlookers, those who had gathered to witness this moment, watches in silence. The cameras hover, capturing the raw humanity of the scene. And just as Richard steps back from the curb, making the decision to follow Musk's offer, a sudden shift occurs. It's almost imperceptible at first, but the moment catches everyone off guard. Richard reaches out, grabbing Musk's arm with a grip that feels like a lifeline itself. "Thank you," he says, his voice cracking. "Thank you for seeing me." Musk nods, his expression stoic but visibly moved. "Thank you for believing you could change." With that, the scene shifts. The cameras continue to capture the moment, but the real transformation has just begun. What Musk has ignited here is more than just a personal change. For Richard, it's a call to action. The chance to help others who've been forgotten, to build a system that doesn't overlook the broken, the lost, the invisible. This is not just an isolated story, it's the beginning of a movement. Richard, once invisible to the world, now has a chance to stand tall. And for Musk, the feeling is undeniable. One small act of compassion has set something much larger in motion. This isn't just about transforming one life, it's about igniting a ripple effect that will carry forward in ways no one can yet predict. As the cameras fade and the crowd disperses, it's clear that the journey is just beginning. This will be a story people will talk about for years to come. A story that began with a simple act of kindness, but will continue to inspire others to take that first step toward change. As the sun begins to set over the streets of San Francisco, the story of a homeless man and the world's most famous innovator lingers in the air. The cameras are off now, the crowd has dissipated, but the lesson endures. Richard's journey is just beginning, but what Musk sparked in that moment goes far beyond one individual's transformation. It's a call to all of us, each of us, to look past the surface, to see the humanity in those who are often overlooked. The world is full of people like Richard, those who, through no fault of their own, find themselves lost, forgotten, or invisible. And yet, in the briefest of moments, one person's compassion can shine through and make all the difference. Musk didn't just offer Richard resources or promises. He offered him belief that change is possible, belief that one person can make a difference. And it's this belief, more than anything else, that has the power to ignite a movement. What if we all took a moment to see someone else? To look beyond their circumstances, their struggles, their outward appearance, and ask ourselves, what can I do to help? The truth is, we all have the ability to change someone's life in ways we can't even imagine. Whether it's a small act of kindness, a word of encouragement, or an opportunity extended, we all have the power to lift others up. This story is about more than just Elon Musk. It's about all of us. The world we live in can feel divided, disconnected, and fractured. But moments like this show that there's hope, that we can break through the walls that separate us and find the common thread of humanity that binds us all. The question is, what will you do with that? Are you ready to take that first step? Are you ready to make a change, to stand up for those who need it most, to use your gifts and your privilege to lift others? This story is a testament to the power of believing in someone. In believing that no matter how far someone has fallen, there's always a chance for redemption, a chance for growth, a chance to rise again. It's a reminder that no one is truly lost. There's always a way forward. And as we move forward, let's carry the lessons of this moment with us. Let's look around, truly see those around us, and ask ourselves how we can help. Because when one person takes that first step, they create a ripple effect that can change the world. Just as Richard found hope in a billionaire's simple act of kindness, so too can we all be the spark for change in someone else's life. It only takes one person, one moment, to awaken something inside all of us, a belief that we can do better, be better, and make a difference.